The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go.
Hit it. All right, we will get to some of the serious sports topics and commentary here, hit the headlines and the highlights of the sports world. But first, I've got some tough questions for the Bachelor fan right across from me.
Thank you.
First, I'm going to...
Premiere last night, by the way. I didn't watch
awesome.
it.
Yeah, just let me know when it's over.
Pilot Pete is the Bachelor.
Good for Pilot Pete. That's
and
great.
Hannah showed up, and for the last 20 minutes, she sat there and cried and let her makeup run everywhere, and Pilot Pete doesn't know what to do. And I'm a little disappointed in Pilot Pete because Pilot Pete should send her packing. She's upsetting all the other girls. I still don't understand.
So Hannah was the actual Bachelorette.
Hannah was a Bachelorette.
Did she choose a guy?
She chose a guy. She didn't.
Then he found out she slept with everybody else on the show.
No, there was all kinds of theater last year, if you'll remember. And
no, I don't. But
and so Pilot Pete was one of the last 2 or 3 standing, and that's how he get to be the Bachelor. So he's going to be the Bachelor. So these Joker producers bring in Hannah here at the end because maybe there's some unfinished business with Pilot
so she's
Pete.
Not part of the Bachelorette field. No.
She just showed up upsetting all the ladies, the new ladies.
Now, did Pilot Pete get a piece of that, Hannah? He probably did, didn't he?
He's 4X windmill guy.
Oh, yeah. So why would I want to listen? Honey, I rode in that train. I'm looking for a new
been there, done that.
Looking for a new caboose here.
Goodness
right?
gracious,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let me ask you, let me test your Bachelor knowledge
Kids going
here.
back to school in Duval, shout out, kids, earmuffs.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. What's the question?
Oh, you're drawing attention. Nothing was said that was not over everyone's head.
No.
I'm going to give you a couple names. I'm going to need
Daddy, what's that watch called?
Yeah. Well, look it up. Buy one online. Does the watch exist? Steve, can you get me the official pronunciation? Am I not pronouncing that watch brand right?
You're very close. They're a very nice watch.
Right? I mean, it was actually endorsed by Tiger. That made a lot of sense back at the time. But is it not Tag Heuer? What is it? I need something to know. I mean,
let's go.
What can I say? Rolex? What about Timex? Can I say any of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Tag Heuer.
Okay, close enough. Tag Heuer.
Brian Hoyer.
I'm going to give you a name of a young lady. And
a lot of people don't know that Brian's father, Tag, is the president of that company.
Not spelled the same. It's spelled Heuer.
Disagree.
Yeah. Well, we know that if you're on The Bachelor, you're a great cheater. There's not a person on The Bachelor or Bachelorette who's not a cheater.
Okay.
Because they cheat on the show. So
okay.
They're documented cheaters, every single one of them. It's a filthy show for the morality of the country, and no one should watch it.
Okay.
Have you heard of Jade Roper? You remember her?
No.
Jade Roper?
I barely remember Hannah. But
well, that's too bad.
I remember her uncle, Mr. Roper.
Yes.
Mr. Roper, no.
Mr. Roper.
What about her husband, Tanner Tolbert? You remember him?
I think her daddy was an offensive coordinator at Florida for a year.
Was
Kurt
he?
Roper, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, no, different guy.
No?
Different guy.
Okay.
So anyway, this girl, what did I say her name? Jade Roper. She was on The Bachelor in 2015.
Okay.
And then she came back for the second season of one of your other favorite shows, Bachelor in Paradise.
I don't do the Paradise
Well,
one.
you should. It's even dirtier.
Yeah, that's the summer show.
So she met her husband, Tanner Tolbert, who had been on The Bachelorette in 2015.
Okay.
But she met him on Bachelor in Paradise. They've since gotten married.
Tanner Tolbert grew up out west where his dad, Tom, played for the Warriors.
After a fine career at Arizona.
Correct. Thought it was NC State.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, trust me. It's
Okay.
Arizona.
All right.
Tommy Tolbert played at Arizona.
All
Here he goes. Google it. Can I ever be right? Do you ever trust me? When did the trust tree just lost all its leaves like it was the fall?
Yeah.
So anyway, these two kids, found love the obvious way through 3 tries of a reality show. So their love runs pure, deep, and thick.
Yes.
But the cheating,
That's nice.
The cheating never left them.
Nice story.
You see, big news was made this weekend when Jade won DraftKings Millionaire Maker contest.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
you select a little team and you just go against a bunch of people and you
Yeah.
get the most points and you
listen,
win?
DraftKings at first was really excited. This was good for the brand. Tweeted out a Bachelor-themed congratulations to Roper Tolbert that has since been deleted, seeing that now there are accusations that the couple colluded to win the $1 million payday.
Well, wait a minute now. How can you collude to win the payday
Well,
on DraftKings?
let me tell you, after the victory gained
Okay.
attention,
Yeah.
daily fantasy users noticed that Roper Tolbert and her husband each submitted the maximum $150 entries into the Millionaire Maker contest at $20 per entry. That's fine and within the DraftKings rules.
Oh, you could only put in 17?
You can put in $150 each person. But you can't combo your efforts in under two different names, and you're really playing 300. But that's kind of what happened. See, here's what happened.
Oh, okay.
What's not allowed is collusion between two players to build lineups. Out of the three,
in other words, let's all play the odds.
they each put in 150, her and her husband, 150 lineups.
Yeah. 150 lineups.
You're allowed to do 100
at $20 a pop.
That's correct. That'd be $3,000 each. You're allowed to put in 150 lineups.
So I can put in 150 and you can put in 150.
But not together. Your 150 or yours, my 150 or mine. We're not allowed to combine so we get every single
Why not?
combination because it's against the rules. That you get 150. If you can't figure it out with that many, how many do you need?
I don't know, but if you and I did it together, our chances would increase. Why not I say, hey, Pross, if you win the $1 million, give me half, and I'll give you half if I win.
Because that's not allowed. It's illegal. It's collusion, which is why this is going on. So anyway, what's not allowed is the collusion. So out of the 300 combined entries, 298 of them were unique. That points to coordination between the married couple.
Oh, in other words, they definitely were
they
together.
Had 300 and 290 out of the 300 were completely different
now,
from the others.
Is he a gambler? He must be a gambler then, right?
Well, he's also a chauvinist. More on that in a second.
Okay.
Further pointing to collusion is the fact that on his lineups, his quarterbacks were Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, and Carson Wentz. And then on hers, there were Watson, Tannehill, and Allen. So they each used three.
Okay.
So no coordinated.
We got all the quarterbacks taken.
More unique rosters gives you more chances to win. The couple's lineups pointed to circumventing the rules prohibiting a maximum of 150 coordinated entries. So according to DraftKings terms of use, improper conduct includes colluding with other individuals for a type of syndicate play. Mm-hmm. DraftKings has not made the $1 million payment and don't plan to. Now, here's where Tolbert steps in.
Whoa, wait a minute.
The husband.
$1 million.
Okay. The husband is a frequent high-volume daily fantasy player. So, yeah,
he's
a gambler.
All right.
He told the network that his and his wife's case of unique entries wasn't a matter of collusion, and then he dropped this bomb. We put each other in our separate players, our separate accounts, rooted for our own players. No one's ever said a peep about us when we lost for 17 straight weeks. Then, of course, somehow Jade picked the right lineup, got the $1 million, and the spotlight got shown. People, especially since she's a woman, assume that I do it all for her. Well, no, they don't there, Tommy Tolbert.
Tommy.
Then he said, if I had won, no one would have raised a flag.
No, dear.
So there we go.
It's not collusion. It's just two friends talking sports.
So your show
So they're not going to pay.
I probably not. They
Yeah.
shouldn't. They cheated just like they do on the show
That's
every
cheating.
Tuesday night at 8 on ABC.
Beef, do you think that's cheating?
It's a little fishy.
It's fishy. If you know the rules, you can't do it, so you got to follow the rules.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
That many unique entries.
That's how they figured it
It's
out.
fishy.
Good for them. I'm glad they figured it out.
I mean, they won't get onto us if we do two the same.
Right. 150 entries. But I will wonder this.
300, so $6,000.
I get the feeling they've been doing that all along. It's kind of what he's saying.
Sure. Yeah. That's
Wait a minute. We've been
also the classic gambler's lament.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was losing, you didn't. Well, now you cheated and you won, so that's how we knew. We didn't say anything when you lost 17 straight because we figured, hey, this guy's terrible.
If you're the New York Football Giants, you're interviewing Matt Rule today. If you feel good about it, don't you hire him right now before he goes anywhere else? If that's the guy you want?
Yeah. Absolutely.
The Carolina Panthers are interviewing Josh McDaniels today. If you feel good about him, do you not let him leave the building? Is that how it works or no?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It seems like that's what Dallas did. Is that wrong?
No.
Why does
course
everybody
not.
feel like that's wrong with what Dallas did?
What is the complaint against Dallas? Mike McCarthy's been on the street for 2 years, Dan.
Yeah, he's been
Anybody
available.
who wanted Mike McCarthy has had ample opportunity to interview and offer and hire him. So just because Jerry Jones does it a little differently, has a sleepover, watches, the games in the entertainment room, maybe sip some Texas brandy and
By all
calls it a day.
indications, Jason Garrett is a wonderful man. Wonderful, great guy. I mean, I was reading so many things yesterday, like, you know who Babe Laufenberg is, right?
Of course.
Yeah, and his son passed away from cancer at the end of the year, and he posted a picture of Jason Garrett, and he said, you can say what you want about Jason Garrett, the coach. All I know is that Jason Garrett, 3 straight days, the last 3 days of his son's life went by after working all day, stopped by the hospital on the way home to visit the kid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, things like that.
And you know what? Now, you have to remember this about Jason Garrett. Remember we talked about he had 3 interviews with Jerry?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them just could have been them letting Jason know, look, your contract's not up till the 14th. I'm not going to fire you, but we're going to be bringing guys in.
Well, the word is that Jason was fighting for his job a little bit and trying to, and just in case you guys don't get the right fit, I'm still here type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how it worked out. It doesn't matter to me. Look, I understand Troy Aikman was ticked, and I get it. He's friends with Jason Garrett, but
What about all the extra rope they gave him?
Oh gosh, they gave Jason Garrett more than enough time. And this year was a real kick in the giblets. They had a very good football team on paper, and it just didn't work out for whatever reason. If you're the Giants, I'll promise you this: if you're a New York Giants fan right now, the last guy you want him to hire is Jason Garrett.
Oh, no doubt.
But he's a candidate if Matt
We got
Rule doesn't
Pablo
work
down the
out.
hall here, Giants fan,
Yeah.
just quintessential Giants fan,
Yeah.
where,
Did he say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't
I don't
want that.
blame him.
No.
Nobody. Why would
you take the division rivals coach who had
Right.
more talent? By the way, what are your expectations for the Cowboys under Mike McCarthy?
To win?
But at what level?
Be a
Would you
playoff
say
team every year.
a Super Bowl
Yeah.
within the next 3 years? Would
Yeah.
you be willing to predict that?
I wouldn't be willing to predict it.
Yeah.
But that's what I expect.
Dallas Cowboys have a lot of talent, and it's magnified when you make a coaching change and you start looking at what they got.
Yeah.
I mean, they have an offensive line. I believe all 5 starters have been to the Pro Bowl multiple times.
They got the
They have
best running back.
One of the best running backs in the
and an
league.
outstanding receiver.
And they got a quarterback who's developing into a top 10 quarterback in Dak Prescott. So,
Yes.
And the defense has pieces too. So, I mean, this is a really good team that just catastrophically underachieved to be 8-8.
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Shift gears here for a second.
Yeah.
If FSU played San Diego State, who would you pick?
In football?
Oh, basketball.
Oh, I would take FSU.
Yeah. What if they played Butler?
That's a close one, but they're about the same.
Yeah.
That's a toss-up.
What about Auburn?
Auburn hadn't played anyone yet, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
would probably take FSU. These are
What
the
about
teams
Oregon?
ahead of FSU in the AP poll.
Yeah.
What's that kind of year, Hick?
I know,
I mean,
but,
I'll tell you,
but they're late to the party with FSU, and
FSU has lost a couple times, including to Pitt.
13-2. Well, Oregon's 12-3, and Michigan State's 12-3, and
Yeah.
they're ranked ahead of them. So I get it.
Yeah, they don't have you know whose rankings I really like, dude, to be honest with you, the one I look at over all of them, the net rankings, the RPI and the polls, Billis's column every week when he does his Billis 68.
The Billustrator.
The Billustrator, very nice. I'm glad to see you've read it.
Billustrator. You've kind of moved off
No, the net rankings are important. I look at them.
that thing I used to hate.
The net, RPI.
The net RPI.
Yeah, but the RPI is now the net rankings. So that's what
Yeah.
they use. It's
Yeah.
officially
We're Billustrator guys now.
by the NCAA. But I'll tell
Drill
you,
has officially adopted the Billustrator.
the Billustrator has the Knowles with less respect, 17th,
That's incorrect.
behind Butler
Damn you,
and San Diego State. And here's what the Billustrator says: the Seminoles are again deep, long, and athletic. But this team is not as big up front from the past few years in Tallahassee. In an ACC that's strong at the top, very pedestrian in the middle, Florida State can beat anyone in the league. Convincing win at Louisville served notice. FSU doesn't have a 40% three-point shooter, but has 6 players who shot at least 35%.
Billustrator loses a little respect for me when I look at November 1st and I see my alma mater at number 3.
Well, that's where they started with everyone.
Well, he was wrong.
Well, yeah, he was. I bet you the Billustrator has the Gators higher now than most people would. He's got them 34th.
34th in the
Yeah.
Billustrator.
A big, which leads us into a important game for Florida tonight.
Important.
They messed up the non-conference schedule, which means they have to be a couple of games better than you would have expected in conference. It's not a really great conference, so they're going to have a chance to once again get firm footing on Selection Sunday. But right now, it'd be a nervous show for Florida whether or not they're getting in.
Did you notice that I saw this the other day, probably during the Bama game. Mike White has been in Florida for, this is 5th year?
Has it been that many?
Yeah, 5th year.
Okay.
So that means he's had 5 non-conference schedules he's gone through, okay, at Florida.
Okay.
Okay, he just completed his 5th non-conference schedule. And his best record through those 5 is 9-3.
Okay.
And he was 8-4 just about every other year. Like not 9-3 and 4 8-4s.
So this is kind of par for the course.
Well, you said he messed it up, and I guess he messed it up because of the expectation.
Well, because they were 6.
Sure.
They definitely
But
messed it up.
8-4 is where he's been every year. It's kind of interesting. I didn't realize that.
No, I didn't either. That surprised me a little bit. But you know what? They've been tournament teams and they've made runs, Dan, but there's not been a 27-6 season under Mike White yet.
Yeah, there's been one, 27-9.
But they were 22-9 and went on a run, right?
Oh, well, they went to the Elite Eight,
Yeah.
so figure it out. But they were 14-4 in the SEC.
FSU in the net rankings, 19th. So there's something that's holding FSU down.
What is it? It's the name of the school.
Must be the schedule. I'm guessing that they haven't gotten to the meat of the AC. They played Louisville and they played Florida, and Florida's been a disappointment. Gators in the net rankings are 52.
Okay,
so that's not good enough. That's going to have to rise.
You
At
think
South Carolina tonight, this is a game you got to win. I mean,
it's dicey.
You keep losing games like that, they're going to cost you on Selection Sunday.
Well, this is a dicey game.
It's a dicey game, and now look, what is it? 18 games you play in conference?
Yeah.
And they'll play at Baylor. They play Baylor in the Big 12 Challenge later. I don't know what kind of team Baylor has this year. I'm looking in the –
Baylor's good.
Are they? Yeah, they're 5 in the net ranking, so that's going to give them an opportunity.
Yeah.
So
they play Baylor home or away?
It's a good question.
Home.
Yeah. Well, that'll be an important game.
Yeah.
That's their only other chance outside.
Baylor's ranked 4th in the country.
Again, for now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they just keep these top 5 teams just keep getting bounced.
Okay.
Week in and week out. So,
Hey, I guess one baseball note. I guess the bless you. I guess the Washington Nats are not going to sign Josh Donaldson because they've turned around and signed a couple relievers and Starlin Castro, and so I'm assuming they're spending their money elsewhere.
The Braves went to the 4th year that others have offered, but I guess it's probably now down to the.
What are we waiting on here?
I guess they're.
Everybody keeps throwing a million in.
I guess probably
every day goes by, Josh gets another million.
Probably. You got the Twins that are involved. And it's probably Twins Braves most involvement, but the Dodgers are always lurking.
Okay.
Dodgers are going to lurk, but I would be pretty content if the Braves made that Donaldson move and we're done for the offseason. I think
I see 6 hours ago right here. Twins likely out.
Okay, so that leaves just the
bidding
Braves
for Josh Donaldson.
Is it the Braves and who?
Report says third baseman wants 4-year contract. Well, we knew that.
Well, the 4 years has been offered by the Twins. The Twins were the first to offer him 4. So
Believed to be an average salary in excess of $20 million over 4 seasons, but sources with knowledge of the negotiations say Donaldson has not appeared interested in signing with Minnesota, and the team has begun investigating other options. He just doesn't want to go play for the Twinkies.
Where's Donaldson from? Did he play like college ball, or is he a Southern guy? Do you know? I'm gonna look that up. Is it saying the Braves? I'm hoping that. I think he wants to play for the Braves. I think he liked it there. I think he was comfortable in that clubhouse.
Washington has been aggressively adding depth pieces in recent days. Will Harris, Starlin Castro, Drupal Cabrera, Eric Thames, and Daniel Hudson.
They're spending so much money in so many other places that I would be surprised if.
Donaldson's from Pensacola. And he played at Auburn.
Yeah, I thought he was Auburn. I almost said Auburn, but I didn't want to speak out of place. So, yeah, I'm sure he probably grew up a Braves fan. That's typically Braves country. He had a great year there. But with the Twins out of the bidding, then who else is alive? The Nationals are saying?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's any teams left here.
Well, we'll run it. The Dodgers are lurking. Like I said, they could always swoop in, but.
Swoop. All right, let's do this. Beef, did we announce what we're handing out today?
We did not.
What are we handing out, friend?
We're going to let someone make someone else's day with a floral delivery from our friends at Kuhn Flowers.
Well, that's lovely. So right now, if you're caller number 4 at 641-1010, you'll pick up a wonderful, wonderful addition from our friends at Kuhn Florist.
Or flowers.
And flowers.